Welcome, everybody. Welcome, friends. Borg is back, as you can see. Hopefully it hasn't been too long for everybody. It's been too long for me, though. So, welcome back, Jess, Ryan, Ducky, and Janelle. They get to resume playing their characters because they have yet to die. However, you can see that they are very short on blesses. They are very short on omens. So, we'll see how it ends up. Hey, Skull, how is it going? I'm wearing a skull tonight. In your honor. Oh, here we go. Welcome, Gilded Troll. Thank you for the raid. How was your game? We are just getting kicked off. We haven't even had a recap yet. So you guys are just in time. This game may be a little bit darker than what you guys are running, but I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see. So before we kick things off, big thank you to our sponsor. Well, not really sponsor, but generous patron, Heimat der Katastrophe, for allowing us to, and of course, GNOLL for composing the soundtrack of Mörk, which you are listening to right now, as well as McGlintlock, who has created the Mörk system for the Foundry VTT, which I am exclusively running now. Still trying to get Ryan converted over.
It's only a matter of time.
Someday. It's only a matter of time. But what else do we got? Any updates? Any news? I know we have a Movember challenge that we announced last night on Dark Kingdoms. After which we are going to play a Casket Lands game. Kind of a dark occult western. Would that be a good way to describe it?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good way to describe it.
Yeah. Thank you. Look at all these. What do we got here? 100 bits, 100 bits, 200 bits.
300 bits from Steph.
So
I think
one
it's
for Ryan
for
and one.
Jess.
All right, let me update that.
Thank you.
I guess it would help if I had that
Steph.
document up.
How was the zero session? After this, I'm going to be watching that.
Yeah, how was your game?
3 bits.
203.
Specific.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's to get a new badge or something. It's a very specific number.
Yeah, so let me get the
That's all he had left.
overlay.
There we go. Thank you so much, Skull. And I need to remember the Heimat der Katastrophe command, and it'd be helpful if I was not in melee. That was, in fact, in our stuff. I feel like it's been far too long.
Yeah, been a while. All right, let me find the right overlay here so I can give you guys your... Nope, it's not that one. Sorry, I apologize. I should have had this up and ready to go.
Max, there we go.
And please keep the chat entertained while I get this going.
Hello. How was the zero session for Witchlight, Gilded Crew, and everyone that came over? I caught probably 20 minutes of it while I was getting ready. Definitely sounds like I need to catch the rest of it. Dance party. Yeah.
All right, remind me really quick of blesses. So one for you, Ryan. One for Jess. What else we got?
Skull didn't say what he wanted it for, so.
Yeah, Skull. Who do you want the blesses for, or to go to? Let us know. But anyway, I'll give a little background of what we're doing here. This is actually going to be, we've kind of been doing these arcs. We've been doing some sort of homebrew adventures mixed with some official content. This time, however, is going to be a short campaign that I kickstarted some time ago. Finally got the PDF. It's called The Masticator Gate. And it is by, let me get the name up here. Is by Ed Burrell. So Mörk, if you're not familiar, it's not very campaign focused, which is kind of disappointing because the misery aspect of it. So it's nice and refreshing to see someone developing this, so I don't have to write everything from scratch because I got other stuff to do. All right, so did Skull ever say... Skull, are you there? Who do you want your blesses to go to? Silent but Ducky gifted. Oh, we got the hype train going. Incoming. Nice. Thanks, Ducky. Oh, here we go. We got Sursa already giving me a Bane. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use these a lot now. I don't know why I was reserved. I was worried about you guys dying too quickly and all of this work going to waste, but you guys leveled up once. You're kind of, you can hang a little bit. We'll see.
I think we'd be super dead if you would have used them a bunch.
Extra
Probably.
dead. Multiple times dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're updated until
Thank you, Skull.
Skull. Did he let me know? Bless for Jess. Okay. Is that all we got? So Jess has 2 now? I think are we done? Am I missing any math problems?
For now, I think we are caught
Okay.
up.
All right, so if we have nothing else to announce, I will give a recap because it has been some time. Anything else, or are we good? Nobody?
I think we're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
So, if you have joined us or haven't, I guess, or have forgotten where these 4 characters came from, Nagel, Nifel, Abhor, Denies the Flesh, and Harga, they awoke in an ancient graveyard in the middle of the Sarkash forest called Graven Tosk. They didn't know why they were there. They just had these memories of terrible things they had done or participated in. And they soon learned that they had to atone for their sins, so to speak, to get out of Graven Tosk. And they faced the Ubertaker, who was a undertaker at one point, until she was killed and transformed by the graveyard itself. After they escaped Graven Tosk, they were confronted by a strange merchant, whom they purchased some interesting things from. They even traded some, I think you guys' ability scores, right? Wasn't that right? You guys gave some of your soul or something like that, if I remember correctly?
I think Jess might have, because he was there, and then he started to drive away, and then we called him back. And then he started to drive away, I think, again, and we called him back again.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I don't
right.
know
Yeah,
if
that's
we
right.
traded.
Wait, come back. Change my mind.
Yeah.
Ryan got like a goblin thing,
Is that where I got the goblin goo from?
I think. I think you traded part of your soul for some goblin.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe
that's
I had a
right.
bunch of silver. No, didn't I have like a ruby or something? I felt like I didn't do any of my stats, but I definitely.
He
gave
was
him
pretty
something
much
cool.
trading in, magical goods, essentially.
Gotcha.
That was the main thing. But anyway, after
We did something.
you did something. So after you guys did business with the strange merchant in Sarkash Forest, you discovered you had some kind of curse of the grave. If it wasn't, you guys escaped it barely, and then it still lingered. You ran into a man who would supposedly help you. I can't remember his name, but he was this crazy old man who lived in a tower. He gave you these charms that were supposed to ward off the so-called stench of the dead, and that led you through a flight through the Sarkash, fleeing the Doulahan, where we played that cool little card game that was another nice third-party Mörk Borg supplement. And finally, that led you to this massive gorge, this black salt gorge, where this foul wind was shooting out of it, tearing flesh from bone, and you came upon a cult. Seemed to be worshiping it. However, you braved the gorge itself to try to find out what was going on, what caused it, and maybe a way to cure yourself of this curse. And indeed, you found a very, very large, bloated man named Silas who had been feasting and feasting and feasting, and creating these automatons that were there to do his bidding. And interestingly enough, you destroyed him. However, you did not close the gate where this black salt wind was emanating from. There were these beasts coming out of it. You just defeated one. However, another one came out, You saved all these villagers who were being kidnapped and used as about to be used as food, fed to Silas. But you said fuck it and just hightailed it out of there to the screams of their demise. And made your way out. And I forgot Harga found this this kit that allowed her to. You guys also found Silas's notebook, and inside of it had the recipe that you sought. However, you guys tried to use it and failed completely. Again, said fuck it, took off into the Star Cache, leaving the Black Salt Wind to just wreak havoc on everybody for possibly ever, until the very world ends. Oh, sorry, Skull. You claimed your 203 bits. Bless for Ryan. Okay.
Yes, we are survivors, not heroes. If they want to
Exactly.
worship dirt, they can worship fucking dirt.
Yes. So that was fun. So, that said, before we begin, as our heroes, it has been some time. They've been searching their way, trying to escape this black twisted forest known as the Sarkash. Just to see a patch of sky. That's all they wish to see. And while they've been doing that, Harga has been trying desperately to concoct this serum that's going to, absolve their curse. So what I would like you to do, Harga, is I'm going to give you the best of 3. So if you get 2 out of 3, you guys will be cured either way. However, because you failed last time, you have to have 2 successes out of 3 tries. Otherwise, the device that you're concocting this thing concocted this with is destroyed. So if you remember, it has some benefits. I believe it allows you to concoct a few other of your potions on a successful presence check. So let us see. So all I need from you are 2 successes for a regular presence check, DR12. That's what we're gonna do.
Okie doke. Here
So
we
let's
go.
see what you get.
Oh no.
2 crit fail.
I'm gonna
Crit
use
fumble,
my,
I should say.
I don't have an omen. I have 0
You guys have no
omens.
omens.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
No.
Wait. Before we do that, why doesn't everybody who has 0 omens, which is everybody, roll for your omens for the day? Because it has been a few days. You guys have been traveling through the forest. All of your hit points have been restored now, so you should be all full. So let's see how many omens we got. And
We
you guys
are
let me
awful.
know. You're awful.
We are indeed
Yes.
awful.
I'm gonna use an omen to re-roll that though.
Oh, well,
Just so we know, so I have one.
first, everybody, let me know how many omens you guys have for the day.
I had 2.
So Ducky's 2, Janelle's 2.
Almonds, 1d2 per rest.
Jess, how many did you get?
1.
1.
Ooh, I got
Beautiful.
2.
All right, 2. So remember, players, and this is my fault too. This is not a reroll per day, and you add it to it. You have to have 0 omens before you can roll at all for more omens.
So
And of course, chat, if you'd like to ever donate omens, you may do so at what do we got? It's 250 bits or 250,
Or
2500 XP. Okay.
I think so. Is that what we have?
Alrighty.
Okay, so I'm gonna re-roll that.
All
presence
right.
Check.
So you're gonna
Yes,
use your
very obviously.
all right, you're gonna use that. You're gonna use your omen.
So now I have 1 omen.
1 omen. All right.
Ha!
Oh,
One
Okay.
success.
So you have 1 success. So all I need from you is
Okay.
1 more success, and you retain the little chemistry kit you found. Silas's dabbling chemistry kit.
Oh, fail. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my second omen.
Wow,
to
you
decrease
really
the
want
DR.
this thing. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna decrease the DR by 4.
Okay.
So I succeed. Use those omens, guys. They're really good. Okay, now I have 0 omen.
All right, back to 0. So Harga spends some time pouring over this recipe, trying all the ingredients. You see her make, you know, kind of fumble quite a bit. It takes days to find all this stuff and perfect it. But finally she does. And when you drink this concoction, you definitely feel different. You feel lighter. You feel like there's a darkness no longer just hovering over your head. So with that said, does anybody need to be reminded of any rules? Have any questions about their characters or anything? I know it's been a little bit of time before we begin.
I'm sure we will at some point. I have a question. So we changed shields to be 1 per person eventually and 500. Do you want omens at the 500 or do you want it at the 250 mark still?
Yeah, let's up it. Yeah, let's put it at
Okay.
shields.
So then it's then the command is correct and it will be 500 for an omen.
Okay, so I'll need to let me update that on my overlay while we got it going on here. So it's
500 bits or
5,000.
5,000 XP.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will update that so it's not false advertising. Alrighty. Okay. I think we're good to go. All right, as I said, you guys have been traveling through the Sarkash for days. I'm not going to make you take off your rations. I'm just going to assume you guys have been scavenging and finding stuff just enough to get by. And obviously, Abe only eats dirt, so he's great. He's perfect. But as I said, this forest, it just has had its hold on you for so long. Its dark, twisted branches, but you saw something in the distance. You saw a break in the trees. And it was a strange light with such contrast. Hopefully you guys can see it flashing. Can you see a red light flashing? No.
Yes.
Oh, you can see it. Okay,
I
perfect.
see a red light. It's not flashing.
It's not like
At
flickering.
least mine isn't.
So anyway, you guys saw this kind of on the horizon where the trees were
Zoom in.
splitting. You saw sky for the first time. However, it is still very gray and cloudy. You don't see the black anymore. Oh, you're brewing your doses? Okay. So you guys have almost used this as a beacon. It's almost been the only just tinge of color you've seen for a very long time. And you follow it, you follow it, and you follow it. And finally the forest opens up. Trees start to dot down this valley. Finally you are free of the Sarkash. The land opens up. And you follow this light for some time because it's really the only piece of color, like I said, you've seen. And it leads you to a river. This river actually is going through the Sarkash. You guys follow it because it's sort of the only thing it's kind of a way to orient yourself. And you see this. And that light, though, you find out it's actually coming from a silhouette who's standing. Let me get that closer. Who's standing on the bank of this dark river, fog drifting about. There always seems to be fog and mist, and that's what you see. You see these kind of wooden posts that almost feel like it's an old dock that's fallen apart. It's pretty quiet, and as you approach, you see that he's fishing. Actually has kind of an old, like a branch with a line on it. The strange thing is, though, is this red light, it seems to be coming from his face. So you guys are just all standing there observing him. He doesn't quite seem to notice you yet. But why doesn't everybody roll me a presence check? $14. $21. Dang. 5. And then Abe got a 14. Okay. So you guys are all relatively quiet. Nagel, however, finds the driest twig on this bank. There's a pop. And this man, he notices you. He turns his face. However, it's still shrouded in darkness despite that flickering red light in front of his face. And you hear a voice. Hello there! Why don't you come over? I have some fish. I'm sure you're hungry. Come on then, don't be afraid.
Fine. There's nothing better to do.
And he's just waving you over. You guys don't have to go. It's up to you completely. So.
He does not seem suspicious at all, does he? Bucket.
I don't, I suppose.
Got some nice black fish. Some rot
Did Harga
fish.
see anything?
What's up?
Does Harga get any sense of whether or not approaching would be safe?
Yeah, so far he doesn't appear to be dangerous whatsoever. You don't see any weapons. You kind of scan the area around him, and you don't see anybody waiting in ambush. So.
She starts slowly making her way over.
Okay. Well, hello there, young lady. Welcome. What have you been up to? That's not your work, is it? And he points up behind you, and you guys turn and look, and you still see this black cloud, this black smoke, which you assume is the black salt wind pumping into the sky, adding to the black clouds. And he kind of grins at you. And as you approach, you get closer. I'm guessing, are you guys getting closer? Are you guys anybody keeping their distance or what?
I'll be towards the backish of the group, but not like.
All right. So
the.
those of you who get closer see this man. So you see that the light is actually coming from a pipe that he has dangling between his teeth. And a very distinct feature of him is he has a knit red cap.
Is this Steve Zissou?
Murph.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson wrote the Masticator game.
I can take no part in the art that was created for this game. I did add a little bit of grime to it, but that's it. Well, come have a seat. Are you hungry? Plenty enough to go around.
Famished. She'll just go and just plop heavily down on whatever looks like the most comfortable location.
So you get around, you notice that even though it's not completely dark, but it's getting, kind of toward dusk. And he has a little fire pit going on, it's just a bunch of river stones essentially. And he leans over and he takes his pipe and he actually lights the fire, and it kind of erupts in this very red fire. And I can actually move. We'll make that bigger. So now there's a little fire.
Oh, so that's what the red light was on his face? Was this fire? It's not him?
So he was smoking a pipe.
Ah.
And you saw that the light was coming from that pipe.
Yeah.
How it pierced the depths of the Sarkash, you are not sure. So you guys are all gathering around. He has some fish that you did not see. He starts skinning them and gutting them, putting them on a spit. So, what brings you south? Causing that trouble up there, eh?
Causing it, but not fixing it either.
Oh. Did you mean to fix it? No? What about the rest of you?
Not really. We meant to investigate it.
Hmm.
We did find what we were looking for, at least.
And what were you looking for?
Well, that's none of your business.
Oh! I didn't mean to offend. I apologize. None of my business, of course. Just making conversation. Go on, eat up. And he starts serving you guys. He has these these tin plates. They're kind of battered. Kind of spits on it, wipes it on his shirt, hands it over with a steaming fillet to each of you. Do you take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Archives likes the foods. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It's on her list.
I take
I'm
it,
just
but I'm
gonna
not
eat a
eating it yet.
scale.
You're gonna eat a scale. Okay.
Yeah.
It tastes fine.
Just kinda like
Tastes
crunch on
pretty
it.
good. And he kind of he observes you guys all taking the food and being a little bit hesitant, and he starts to just chow down on his portion. Not much for talk, are you? It's all right. I've just been out on this this bank for some time, and you know, sometimes I go on, I yammer on too much, you know. I'll be quiet. I'll let you eat your fish.
Just like oil just streaming down her face.
Oh, now you're doing a good job, young lady. That's what I like to see.
Must be something
What
wrong
keeps
with your
you
eyes.
near the river? Is it some kind of life aquatic, or what is it?
Oh, I wouldn't say anything of that sort, no. I just, you know, like to fish every now and again when I'm between runs and everything. You know, deliveries and the like. Just a simple merchant. But I've
What is it
lost
that you
my wagon. So if you do see it, I'll let you guess what color it is. If you return it to me, maybe I'll compensate you, let's say.
Where did you lose it?
Oh, somewhere over there. And he just kind of waves off into the distance, and you know, where the trees and grass and stuff. It's all right. I'll eventually find it. I always do. So do you guys want to do anything, or are we just gonna kind of keep it going? Let me know, because I'm gonna keep moving it.
Would it be late in the evening or is it midday?
It's kind of dusk. It's not quite evening yet. It's getting there. But as you guys are sitting there eating your fish or not eating your fish, he kind of like his ear perks up. He kind of tilts his head almost like a dog hearing something. You hear that? But none of you hear anything. You just hear the water lapping at the bank. But then what you see is an eruption of fire in the distance. It's not red, it's very, very fire-like. It almost looks like an explosion, but you see these flames reaching toward the sky. and you hear a commotion. You start to hear screams. Sounds like sheep bleeding as well, but in pain. And you hear a bunch of men shouting. You hear a woman screaming.
Does it feel
But
very
what's up?
far away?
It's not that far away. It's kind of down the bank a bit. Probably, I don't know, quarter mile, half mile, maybe. It's pretty close.
Well, now I'm a bit hungry, actually.
Oh, good. And the guy, he kind of looks over his shoulder and he studies it for some time. So much violence. There's no need for so much violence, wouldn't you agree? This land has so much suffering. It's too bad, really.
Do you know what that is over there?
Oh, yeah. It's a small town called Bleakmill. And you can now see, almost as if right when he says mill, you see the fog, you see through the fog, as well as illuminated by this fire, this windmill slowly rolling on the horizon.
Much trouble over there typically, or quiet?
Usually pretty quiet. They like to keep to themselves, but just a small farming community. But, you know, things happen. And then, you, however, Nifel, you hear something. It's very, very, it's distant, but distinct. It's almost as if, you know, when you hear your name in a crowd, you kind of just perk up at that. And the word is, Nost! Demons! Out, ye demons, by the name of Nost! That's what you hear.
Did you all hear that?
Yeah, you guys all heard it, too. Someone named Nost, apparently. Do any of you know that fella?
Do you not know? The Lord of Panic.
Can't say that I do. Sorry, mate. And you just hear this continue. Nost! I will strike you down in the name of Nost!
I must go. We are
And
going.
you hear,
Let's go.
Yeah, you start hearing shrieking and screaming and this yelling. Oh, so much violence, It's a pity. Oh, you off then already?
I don't even answer him. I toss the whatever is left on my plate in the fire, cast down the thing, and just start moving.
Okay, so you start booking toward the fire. Hey, wait! Are the rest of you leaving?
I'll be following.
I'll
Do
lag
you
behind
intend
you.
to stay in this area?
I'll see you soon, maybe.
Hopefully
good luck.
not.
Fuck off.
All right, he just kind of.
Go.
Thanks for fish.
Let's
All right,
finish.
so you guys head toward the fire, and you see that it is a blazing pyre in front of. Let me give you guys your tokens. Why can't I? Oh, wrong window. So you guys run up. Nifel in the lead. And you guys approach this large boulder. Because you see a commotion coming on. You see a rundown village, like a town. From here, it almost looks like maybe a dozen or so structures sort of beyond this stone wall that is crumbling. But you do see that there are these two pyres here. One of them is flaming. The other one is off. You see a man, hooded man in black, and he's the one, "Nost! I will fucking smite you!" And then he's like yelling at something over here. And there's two men that appear to be trying to keep the gate closed at the back. They have their backs against it, they're holding it, and you do hear some shouting. You hear the screaming of a woman behind the gate. You hear the shouting of a man. You hear sobbing. However, what you hear more than that is another woman screaming just north of you up here. And you see a shift in the shadows. You see this firelight just splashing on this giant insect-looking creature. And as it's kind of like hurling around, thrashing its body around, you see glints of metal on its back. And it appears that this woman, from where you guys can see, she's kind of pinned down while this this insect is just lashing out with its claws. This guy, he kind of like will dash in and thrust forward what looks like a dagger or a short sword or something, and then he kind of dances back and he keeps cursing this beast. What would you guys like to do?
I'll race towards this guy and I'll just be like yelling from the side, "Dude, what do you know of Nost? What is this?"
So as you do this, he looks at you. "Brother, you know of Nost? Have you heard of the god of panic?" What? Bless you, bro.
Back at these three here who have basically ignored me whenever I've talked about Nost, and I'm just like, "See."
And a clock is right twice.
You're gonna what? So as you rush into the fray, are all of you guys going, or is it just our friend here, Nifel?
I'll follow.
Yeah, I'll follow, but like cautiously. I'm not rushing in.
Okay, I'm gonna put you guys in initiative anyway, just so we can do a turn order. So I'll make this guy. Let me just check something really quick on the tokens. Okay. Okay, so, and this doesn't have to necessarily be combat. You guys can act however you like. But you guys are combat state. So somebody roll me that D6 at the top, and we'll see if the enemies go first or you go first. Okay, enemies begin. So, Nifel, as you approach, you see that there's this giant... The closest thing you can equate it with is a giant tick. And it's bloated, leaking blood. Like I said, it looks like there's weapons that have been just embedded into its fat and bloated body. And there's a woman back here. She's on her backside, just scooting away. And around it, you just see gore everywhere, all around this beast. And it looks like carcasses of animals, perhaps sheep. So. Oh, you guys didn't, oh, I got it. Nagel didn't roll. I'll roll for her.
Wait, I did roll. I rolled a 6.
Oh, really? It didn't show up. It said you were the only one who didn't roll initiative.
Oh, I didn't press initiative. I just rolled a 6.
Yeah.
Hey, resub from Jay Miller. Is that says 12 months? Have we been doing this for 12 months now?
Really?
Is that a thing?
I think didn't we celebrate that or something? A year?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. If that means Jordan is the very first D20. Well, he's got the founder's badge. That's A year.
Wow. Puts it
Congrats,
in
everybody.
perspective.
We did a year of this.
12 months.
Let's fight a blood tick. All right.
All right, blood tick. I don't know why this initiative didn't work for some reason. That's weird because I have the monster happening. I will have him. Oh well, that's fine. Abe, what would you like to do as you see this blood tick just approaching this woman? You see this cloaked man talking about Nost to Nifel. They're just shouting back at each other. You know the god of panic?
It's just the Spider-Man meme. So we're both pointing at each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna do what Abe does best and
Eat dirt? No.
even better.
Even better.
Acrobatics.
Oh.
And try to jump off this rock and see if I can get it in the back with my dagger.
Okay. So are you asking for a bit of cinematic advantage or just a standard attack?
Cinematic advantage?
All right. Okay. So why don't you roll me an agility check. And let's say it's standard difficulty, 12. If you fail, you will fall prone. Let's just say that.
Okay.
You will fall to your face, essentially. Take no damage or anything. It'll just take your turn to get back up. It failed, but do you want to bless? I guess you can't. I guess it wouldn't matter if you blessed it anyway. Do you want to use an omen, or are you going to take that?
I'm going to use the omen and
Okay.
reroll.
All right, go ahead and re-roll it. And remember, you have one bless. But you don't need it. Okay. So you you run up, launch off this boulder, come down with you said dagger?
Yeah.
All right. So basically you're going to get a you can roll your attack twice and take the better of the two.
Oh, wait. I have a short sword. I didn't even realize that.
Okay, well then let's say it's your short sword.
Sweet.
And I'll remove that omen while you roll that.
Does the target have any armor?
Oh yeah, D6, sorry.
Oh.
Standard difficulty rating to hit. Okay, you hit but take 0 damage. So yeah, you swing down and unfortunately your blade is not your swing is not hard enough to embed itself deeper than just the shell. As you can see, there's all these weapons sticking out of it, so it has a very thick carapace. Okay. Up next. Or do you want to move or anything? You can move if you want.
Yeah, I'll move over to this side over here.
Let me zoom in for the stream here. Okay. Okay, so up next, Harga, what would you like to do as you see Abe just launch off this rock? Are you muted or are you thinking?
No, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Don't have anything interesting. Blah. Rude. I am going to attempt to light my torch and then distract it.
Oh, distract it. Okay. So your torch flares to life, and I guess you're just waving it in that direction. And
Yeah, I just move up
here, bug.
further away from it and just.
So as you do this, your torch light, yeah, it's flickering off all of this wet gore, and you do see sheep carcasses just torn to bits all around this. And from here, you also see that this woman appears to be bloodied, and this tick is just going for her. But it doesn't seem to react whatsoever. It seems very fixated on this woman. Would you like to move anymore or do anything else? I guess that's pretty much your action. Go ahead.
Yeah, lighting a torch is probably, I can't attack it with the torch, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you attack it with a torch.
Okay.
You want to swing your torch at it?
Sure.
I'll say it's a, let's just say it's a D4.
Okay.
So it's a
I'll
D6 armor.
And since the short sword I have is also a D4, I'll use that. DR 12.
Yep.
Still 0 damage.
Oh man. So yeah, you just
Smack, smack, smack.
beat this thing with your torch and just sparks fly, but it doesn't even seem to react. So up next is Gotvin.
No, stick this, you fucker!
And he just kind of runs up, attempts to pierce this guy. And I'm just going to roll for him. And you see him lash out with a dagger. Oh, and he does. Two. Let's see if he does any damage, though. Oh, he does 1 point. So the tick actually kind of rears back a little bit. And its back leg kind of lashes out and kicks it. But he actually backs up out of the way before it gets hit. All right. Next up, Nifel, what would you like to do?
I would like to reach into my fancy robes,
Yes.
flick up my eye patch so I can see with both eyes.
That's right. That's right.
And I will pull out a scroll. I will just whip this out.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Behold the Power.
What does that do for the chat? and for
D4
myself?
creatures deal max damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. So first we have to do a presence check to see
Yep.
what happens.
Yep. Okay, so to clarify all the rules, I can bless the first roll, but then if I choose to reroll with an omen, there's no blesses on omens. It's one thing per thing. So I will
Yeah,
bless
yeah,
this. I will
exactly.
bless the first presence check. So I get a D4, right?
Yep.
All right.
So you can add it to your... Oh, look at that. 4.
All right. So 4 on this presence check that I have plus 0 for.
I guess I can show you guys. I never showed you what this thing looks like, so... This is what you see.
Nice.
Blood all over it. All right. Oh, but you... 7, 8... Oh, 11. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna reduce the DR using an
Okay.
omen.
Okay.
So I'm down to 1.
Down to
So
1.
that succeeds.
And you used the bless, so I gotta...
Yep.
All
And
right.
then did we say how long this lasted? Because there is no. It just says D4 creatures deal max damage. Is it for the rest of the?
I'm
the
gonna
combat,
say...
Or...
I'm going to say combat, yeah.
Yeah.
rest
hell
of the
yeah.
combat.
So, me. Well, obviously us 4, we 4, we us, myself, Harga, Nagel, and Abhor. Oh wait, no, I have to roll the D4 to see how many people get
Yeah,
it.
you got to see how many people get it first.
Come on, 4.
Oh, dang. 4.
So, the 4 I just said, us, all of us that matter in this dying world.
Okay. So,
That one deals max damage.
I wonder if there's a little thing I can mark on here so we remember. What's a good max damage icon? Fire. Yeah, I'll just do fire. And then let me know when you guys use or want to use it. Or I guess it just happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the next one. Okay. All right, everybody's a fire. All right. So did you want to move at all? That's your action, or do you want to stay put?
I'll move like behind these 2 people,
Okay.
out of direct range or direct line of sight.
All right. So this blood tick actually turns around right as this man backed away and hits, but he sees Abe and lashes out. So, Abe, I need a defense check from you. The attack is going to be D6. I don't know why. I'll need to talk to Mr. McGlintlock. I don't know why I didn't order the monsters and the players separate.
The defend DR is 12, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's 12 unless I tell you. Oh shit! So you leap out of the way. You know, you kind of got your confidence after doing that sweet jump off the rock, and so you jump back right as this piked hand just slams down into the dirt, spraying dirt everywhere. Okay. So this girl, she actually backs up further up against. She starts to climb this pyre, this unlit pyre. And that's all she does. So Nagel, you are up. What would you like to do?
I don't get to keep that sweet 6 I rolled. I guess.
I can adjust you for next time if you want. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't
doesn't matter
work.
this
Did you
time.
roll a 6 or did you actually click on the initiative thing?
I didn't click on the initiative thing, that's why.
Yeah, you got.
All right, I'll eat it.
It's not gonna magically know you're 6. Yeah, you got to click on the initiative.
I know, I forgot how to play this game. Let's see. I'll try Enochian syntax.
Oh, what does Enochian syntax do?
One creature blindly obeys a single command.
Nice.
How?
So you need to roll a presence check and hit DR12. Roll a 12 or higher to see if you succeed at all, and you do.
Okay.
So what would you like to do to this?
So I can cast it?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll climb on this rock and yell at the giant tick to run away and never return. But like in a Russian accent.
But in a Russian accent? Let's hear it.
Giant blood tick, run away, never return.
So intimidating. All right, you do so, and your words are almost tangible as they hit this tick. And it skitters away into the fog. That was easy. Okay, as this happens, this woman collapses to the ground. This hooded man here, he's huffing and puffing. His shoulders are just, he's labored breathing.
Be gone with you. The power of Nost.
And he kind of like runs in that direction a little bit, then runs back when he gets to the carcasses of the sheep. Finally, these two, the village doors burst open. Out runs an old man pushing aside these guards and an older woman. And they're rushing around this pyre. You guys are free to do what you want to do.
I rush to this guy, and if he's not looking at me, I like spin him around. I'm like, "What do you know of Nost?"
Only what he tells me. Which isn't much. But when he does tell me things, it's really good. What about you? What do you know of Nost, brother?
I am the Herald of Panic.
Oh. Chosen one. I was chosen too. I had dreams of this place. Demons are infesting this town. And I must quench it. I must vanquish these demons. Are you here to join me in my quest, brother?
I reach into my robes and I pull out my friend, and like a single tear comes down my eyes, and I'm just like, "Avant, we have found all people. Yes, I will help you in the name of Nost."
Oh, yes. Our powers have...
And he kind of counts on 10.
Doubled! Doubled!
At least.
At least.
At least.
Okay, so as this is going on, you see this man and this woman consoling this young girl over here. The man picks her up, and she looks to be kind of injured, and he's just kind of being very cautious around her. The mother's kneeling at her side, washing away. She has a rag, and she's kind of wiping away the blood. What about the rest of you? What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to go closer to the girl and start digging around in my things and say, here we go. Just 1 sec. Hold,
please. Hold,
digs around.
please.
And pulls out one of the jars. And it's probably dingy. It hasn't been cleaned in a long time, but I shake it a little.
Okay.
It's good. Plop it. Here, drink this, young one.
Okay. The man and the woman kind of look at you. What are you giving her?
This will make her feel better.
How? Why should we believe you? Where did you come from? You're probably part of this filthy cult bringing these beasts.
I mean, I'm offering it. You don't have to take it. I will take it home and use it for myself. But
so she kind of looks at this man who you presume is her husband, and he kind of nods to her. And then they kind of they move, they part, allowing you to approach.
Here you go, young one. Drink this. It is only good for today, so might as well you use it.
Okay. She looks at you, takes it, and then, takes a little bit of a sip, makes a face, and then drinks the rest of it. So what does this do? It's like a healing.
Elixir Vitalis. Heals D6 and stops infection.
Okay. D6 is plenty for her. So she drinks this, and, visibly looks like she's feeling quite a bit better. Starting to, her breathing is being more regular. She's not crying anymore. 5, nice. So what about Nagel? What is Nagel up to while this is going on?
Let's see. I think I'll walk over to this pyre.
Okay.
Kind of warm myself by it and check it out. Can I see anything like into the village at all?
Yeah, so these doors have been, like I said, burst open. And you see that it's kind of a rundown little town. There's some shacks beyond the walls. Like I said, this wall, it's not very tall. Probably just about 6 feet. Just a little over your head. And, but you see rooftops beyond it. They're crumbling. There's a little bit of cobble in the road, but it's mostly dirt. And then obviously you see that massive mill at the backside of the town toward the river.
Okay.
And this pyre, yeah, it's just a massive pyre, blazing pyre. So what about Abe? What is Abe up to during all of this?
I'm gonna ask Nost Fanatic number 2. Does that thing usually? Has that attacked you before?
I've never seen it. But I have seen demons in my dreams. Is that why you are here? Did Nos call to you too? What's on your face?
Do you think I'm a demon?
I didn't say that. I'm asking if you're here in the name of Nost to destroy these demons.
I do not know your god, nor do I really care to.
Bah!
I'm just here with companions.
Blasphemer!
And he looks over at you, Nephel, and he elbows you.
Blasphemer!
He's all right. He's helped in the name of Nost, if indirectly.
All right, brother, I trust you.
Yes, brother.
Okay, so as this goes on...
It's just a bit weird. It's dirt.
Ew. That must be the thing on his face.
Abe's just gonna take his mask off, scoop up some dirt, and just put it back on.
Ugh.
See, I told you.
I've
He's
never
weird.
seen something so foul.
All right, and then as this is going on, the man and the woman, they take their daughter, who you assume is their daughter, back to the gates. These two men approach. And you hear, it looks like they're not wanting to give them entrance. And the father steps forward. He starts pushing the other one over here that he's closest to. They start cursing at each other. The woman's crying again. You can't quite make out what they're saying. They're just kind of all screaming over each other. And this guy, he walks up.
There are still demons in this village. Let me in. I command it in the name of Nost.
And everyone seems to be just completely ignoring this guy. But after a time, these two men, while they were guarding the gate, they do not look like guards. They have just kind of leather armor on. It's very makeshift. They have old swords at their sides. This does not seem to be a place where they're very heavily armed. And they push through. Well, not this guy. He stays behind. But then right before they go through the gates, the girl turns around. Mother, father, I wouldn't be alive without them. And he kind of, the father turns around and he looks at you guys, and so does the mother. They step forward. And then these two guards, no, 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 no. They are not allowed. And again, they start just erupting in anger and curses and all that. And the father actually punches this guy in the head, in the face. And he kind of backs down, whimpering. And he says, "Your father would be ashamed of you, Riston. Stand down." And he does. He stands down.
Yes, Riston. Stand down in the name of Nost.
And he this other cloaked guy, here you say, "Yes! Stand down." And this guy parts ways, and the old man approaches you. You are welcome in this village. Please stay close. You and all of you, I suppose. And he looks at the cloaked guy who's been ranting. So
What is your name?
Who are you talking to? The cloak guy?
No, the old guy.
The old guy.
Oh, I guess I should get the cloak guy's name too.
You're doing what we don't do in Dark Kingdoms. We're actually getting.
That's what I'm trying to do. Is
Getting the
like
names
give me
of
the characters'
people.
names. Yeah.
So the cloaked guy, his name is Gotven, Gotven, and the old man tells you his name is Jedediah.
Jedediah, got it.
Kind of like Jedediah, but Jedediah.
Da-da-da. Yeah.
And this guy, he's got like a soiled sort of apron on. It's leather, and he's got I guess I could just show you his picture. I love this feature now. So this is the guy. And the little cloaked man, Gotven. That's him. He's kind of always hiding beneath his hood. He's always mumbling to himself, and mostly about Nost. That's what you hear. You have free run of our village, if you wish. If you need supplies, if you need some place to stay, I will make sure of it. I will not forget that you saved my daughter.
Where did the abomination come from?
Funny thing, I saw something, a dead one, however, out by the river. I've never seen one alive, though. I fear they're coming from that direction.
Right. Well, thank you for your hospitality.
Of course, thank you for saving my daughter. She's the only one I have. Okay,
Isn't that
so
your wife?
what'd you say?
I said, isn't that your wife?
Or who you're poking to? You're pointing to the older lady?
Yeah.
This lady? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that's my wife. And she says, "Hello, my name is Cern. Thank you so much for saving my daughter. I promise you I will cook you the best meal you've ever had. Just come to the windmill when you're ready." And she pokes this guy in the chest and she, "No one will interfere." And you kind of get the idea that now that you have a better look at these two men, this guy and this guy, even though they're kind of just dirty and scraggly and they got long beards and long hair, they look pretty young. And they seem to be, for whatever reason now, ashamed or bending to her will. And they step aside, they head back to the gate and start looking like they're doing something productive. So what would you guys like to do as the rest of these three head into the village?
The pyre. What causes it to be lit?
Are you going to talk to them before they leave?
No, one of the guards.
Oh.
As I'm passing through.
What causes it to be lit? What do you mean?
Why would it
Fire.
be lit?
Why would it be lit? Well, the blasted sheep got out. And we heard them crying, and then here comes, Jenna, the young one you saved, and, next thing you know is this big fucking bug tearing them to pieces. Couldn't see a thing out here, so we lit it, you see. Couldn't quite get the other one in time.
I continue inside.
Okay.
Abe's gonna ask the guard as he passes by. Does anybody with a red hat? Do they reside within this village as well?
Red hat. He looks up, starts thinking.
Oh. Not that I can recall. Why are you asking? You looking for red hats?
Yes, I'm very cold without hair, and Abe's just gonna walk past.
All right. So you guys head off into the village. So I don't have a map or anything for this. This is just going to be a theater of the mind. So as you guys enter, let me 1 second. So yeah, you guys enter, and as I said, it's a somewhat cobbled street. Long time ago, mostly dirt. You see kind of a few people milling about. You see what look like stray dogs picking around, but it's a very just the walls, the roofs are crumbling. There's moss growing on the roofs. Things just seem to be falling apart. But the entire village is dominated by this massive mill. And you can see, like I said, it's kind of on the riverside.
Well, I'm gonna take a look to see if there's any sort of inn or anything, just to get an idea of where we might spend the night.
Okay. So this is kind of more or less what it looks like. So yeah, you hunt around and you don't find anything that appears to be an inn. You find they don't, none of them are marked. There's no signs or anything. There's no like taverns. There's no shops. There's nothing like that. You see some stables. You see, they mostly look residential.
Oh,
You do feel, yeah, you see a few people kind of, looks like they might be peddling some goods or something. You see a guy who's, looks like a blacksmith. He's hammering away at some things. Not too many weapons that you can see, mostly like, animal equipment, things like that. You smell some baked goods. But if you guys want to look for something, if you're trying to buy, items or anything, just let me know. But you don't see anything like an inn. However, the couple did invite you to the mill when you were ready.
Unless someone stops her, she's probably following her nose to baked goods.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you
Fresh
approach.
bread and
There's an old woman. She looks to be somewhat of your age, and she has these meat pies she's selling. She looks at you, and she looks at you like, I mean, it's as if no one ever has approached her to buy anything, ever. She's almost confused. She's kind of timid. Doesn't even know what to say as you approach.
Hello, sister.
Hello.
We're selling these.
Sure. How much would you like to pay? I'll take anything you have, really.
And while you're saying this, like a pig just bursts out of the door, and you kind of get a glimpse inside. It's just dirt floors. You get a whiff of shit, animal shit on the inside. Yeah. So pretty impoverished people, you can tell.
Because I'm not familiar with the economics in this game. A couple silver would be good for like.
So when that would be quite a bit probably.
Okay.
So you could give her like a silver or something. She'd probably give you a couple if you want that.
I'll give her a silver for just 2.
Okay. So she takes it in both hands and is holding it like this holy relic, essentially just staring at it, licking her lips.
Yeah. Take them all, please. You can take them all.
And she flees back into the shack, and the pig follows her in.
And she just left them there.
Yes.
Okie dokie, they're going in the sack.
All right, why don't you roll me a d6. Let's see how many meat pies this lady had.
3, it's a good.
3. So as are you guys all kind of huddled around Harga while she's doing this, or are you kind of exploring on your own, or what are you doing? No? Okay. So as this is going on, go ahead, sorry.
I'm staying with my bro here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be next to Harga.
So
I'll follow Harga too.
As you guys are in this village, everyone is giving you sidelong glances. They're kind of very distrustful of you. You know, it's almost like when you turn, you feel a presence looking at you, and you hear shutters slam close. You hear curses behind buildings. You don't see anybody. Even the dogs seem to be staying away from you. Wet and shaggy, staying to the shadows of these structures. So you feel very unwelcomed here. However, Harga was able to procure some meat pies, so she did all right. Actually, I'll keep that up. But nobody really bothers you. They just keep their distance, giving you dirty looks.
I'm gonna be eating one while I look at the others. Well, what do you wish to do here?
Brother, we are here to vanquish the demon. Did you not hear? I've had dreams. Dreams. Surely my brother here has had these dreams.
I have
demons.
nothing but dreams.
Yes, see what I'm telling you. Demons. That giant bug out there is just the minions. It's just the beginning. The world is ending, but too soon. Nost needs more time. That is why we are here. Now come with me. I will sniff out these demons.
So this guy just kind of keeps ranting about Nost and demons and looking over his shoulder. And, you know, when people look at him, he kind of throws his fist at them. Ah!
Yes, ma.
Right then. You have fun. Now I'm gonna start walking or in the direction of the giant
The mill, right?
mill.
Okay. So you guys approach the mill. It is massive. And there's a single wooden door out front. You
Does
hear
it
some.
appear
Go ahead.
that the mill, like, are there any indications that this town may have been more productive or bustling previously? Like, are there broken down nice rooms or like hedges that used to be nice?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, at some point, possibly it was. But just something has befallen this town, it seems like. You see indications of stables and things like that that have just fallen into disrepair. Gardens that have all died out. Things like that. Yeah. So you stand before this mill. You hear some milling about inside. That's for Jess. Hear some voices. They sound familiar. They sound like the three you met outside the front gate.
I'm going to sit on the porch, if there is one, and just kind of like watch Nostis interact with
Oh,
new
Nefel?
friendo. Yes. Yeah.
Not his
That one.
Theros character?
Not the other one that is currently in Schrodinger's pincushion.
Okay.
Yep.
So they're, I guess, I mean, Nefel, are you having a conversation with them, or are you, what are you guys doing? What are you up to?
Yeah, I mean, we're following, I assume we're heading towards the mill. I
Yeah.
feel like Nefel hasn't been like super into Nost lately. And this guy is kind of like bringing it back for him a bit.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, I don't know, it's like two fucking dogs that won't stop yapping because the other one won't stop yapping kind of feel.
Yeah.
But if we're at the mill, then there's no reason not to just bang on the mill door.
Okay. All right, you bang on the mill door. Boom, boom. And we were going to take a break right there. So we will be right back in about 10 minutes or so. So please stick around for the conclusion of episode 1 of the Masticator Gate. Thanks, everybody.
You can stop the apocalypse. can stop the apocalypse.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Borg. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you've been here the whole time, you know what these 4 players are up for. They have freed themselves of the Sarkash forest. They met an interesting red-capped man by the riverside. And they heard some screams. Specifically one screaming, Nost, Nost, who is the god that Nephel worships. And that led them to a small village called Bleakmill, where they encountered a young woman outside, desperately trying to escape this giant tick-like creature. They approached it, and I don't think any of you guys caused any damage, did you? I think just that one guy got 1 point. But then Nagel, she stood at the top of this boulder, I guess like Moses, and cast it away into the darkness and the fog. And so, because they saved this young woman, the mother and father have invited them into the village, despite the reluctance of the rest of the town. And now they have, Harga bought some meat pies for an old woman, from an old woman, and now they have found themselves at the mill, knocking on the door where they were told to come when they were ready. So that is where we're picking up. So, you guys are banging at this door, and the woman answers. The woman you saw at the gate, and she is cleaned up quite a bit. Still kind of dirty, but, you know, cleaner than you remember her. All of her tear streaks are gone. And she's wearing an apron and wiping her hands on it, and she's beaming at you. I guess Nephel, right? You knocked on the door?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Welcome, welcome. Come in. Come in. I trust none of the villagers were, unkind?
Not openly hostile, no.
Okay, now I just need to bring your guys' tokens into a new scene, so give me 1 second. All right. Let's activate. Activate. Okay. So you guys step inside the mill. You're just grinding away. Appears to be grain. It's a very large area. And you can see off to the side here, off to your right as you step inside, there are some beds that have been put out seemingly for you. There's only 4. There's not 1 for. Oh yeah, where's your buddy? There he is. And this woman, she greets you. I'm so happy you came. I'm so happy. Please sit, make yourself comfortable. And she kind of scurries away. Back to the fire where it appears she's preparing some food. There is, Nephel, as you walk around, you can tell that there is a pin right here. It's kind of hard to see through. It's all gated. There's some slats. You peek through and you see some livestock. You see a couple cows. You see some pigs. You see some sheep, of course. And it obviously smells like animals. And everything else is pretty much as you see it. There's a bunch of barrels and supplies sort of arrayed along the sides of the wall. There's a table with 8 chairs right here, which are many more than you, but and it is sort of there's some. It looks like they brought out their finest, which isn't very fine at all, but they seem to be very pleased they're here. So the father, he greets you, and he kind of goes over to help the woman, and this young lady, she's standing there, then she goes to help her mother and goes away, starts setting the table more. Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to prepare dinner.
Is there an obvious location where I could wash up?
Yeah, she says, she kind of makes a face and then points you over in this direction, and there's a bucket of water. I'm so sorry. We don't have much, but I really hope it's enough for you. I can't thank you enough. And she almost immediately begins to tear up again. Oh, Mother of Jedi has rated us with 18. Welcome, everybody. We are just kicking off. Well, we've been playing for about an hour and a half. Mörk Borg, the Masticator Gate, which is a third-party published adventure. So welcome, everybody. The party has arrived at a small village called Bleakmill, where they have combated a what appeared to be a giant tick and won over the favor of the parents of a young lady who was being attacked by it, invited into their home, which is a massive mill at the side of the village. And it appears as if they are about to sit down to have dinner. So that's where we are. Thank you so much for the raid. Feel free to stick around. So as you guys are hanging out in here, it starts to smell really good. Harga, you're still, you know, it still smells good even though you ate that delicious meat pie. And you do notice that there's a rustling sound. It seems like you can hear the animals moving about in their stalls. Seem somewhat agitated. And Jedidal, he kind of looks over his shoulder, frowns in that direction, waits for it to settle down a little bit, and then goes back to work. And Kotvin, he's kind of like sniffing around. He's just walking around, looking at things. I know there are demons. I smell it.
Jedidal. What,
Yes.
what animals do you keep?
Oh, we have some pigs and some cows, of course. The sheep most have been killed, as you saw, at the front of the gate by that cursed beast.
Yeah.
But, I was thinking about checking out the dead one your friend asked me about here. Another bug. It was it washed up on the shore of the river. I feel like I need to find out exactly where these things are coming from. It's been a terrible, terrible year. No work. Crops are terrible. Nothing good at all.
But that creature was the first that attacked your village, or?
Yes, it's the first I've seen of one alive.
But you said you've seen dead ones.
One, yes, by the river.
How long ago?
Oh, a few days ago. I've been thinking about it ever since. It's been in my dreams. I've never seen such a thing. But it's taken me some time to work up the courage. All of the men here are cowards. They won't come with me, so, if you'd like, I would appreciate your company. Clearly you can take care of yourselves.
Clearly.
But please,
One more question, sir.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes. Have you heard of the god Nost?
He kind of looks around at his family, and he looks at everybody who's looking at him, all the faces. It sounds familiar, but it could just be that man who's been screaming it all night out front of the gates. Tell me of this Nost. What does he bring?
Well, he is the god of panic. So panic. Sometimes he'll
okay.
bring. But if you worship Nost, you'll stop having dreams of ticks and just hear his voice in your dreams.
It does sound quite pleasant. I like
It-
that. I like that.
Can be.
Oh, it can be. I see. I see.
Brother, what do you know of Nost? What does he say to you?
He has been showing me demons. The end of the world. This place looks like it's the beginning of it. Look at it, it's filthy. Nobody cares for the animals. The roofs are caving in. There's shit everywhere, don't you smell it?
And then Jedidal comes, hey, 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 hey. We are trying to be peaceful here. There are no demons. Sure, we've had our ups and downs, and there's creatures lurking about, but please, my daughter has been through enough. At least for this evening, let us all have a nice dinner and keep quiet. And Corvin kind of grunts.
Very well. Nost.
On her
Yes,
way
brother.
back,
Sit, brother.
Okay. So he follows you. Sits down. Sorry, go ahead, Harga.
after finishing wiping, getting a little bit more clean,
Mhm.
she is just gonna take a mosey, kind of like peek in, see what exactly they're dealing with here.
You want to look around the mill, or are you looking
Yeah.
where the animals
Like-
are?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, wait. Sorry.
So I start there.
The pen. Yeah. So, like I
Yeah.
said, there's just a bunch of
Wow.
sacks of supplies and foods. There's some, logs for the fire. Clearly, there's that bucket you cleaned yourself in. There's a pen, right here, and you peek through the slats and you see just a bunch of hay. You see some pigs kind of wallowing, and you see a couple cows, and they just seem to be eating the hay. And there's 2 sheep in there as well.
No giant ticks.
No, you don't see any giant ticks
No
whatsoever.
medium-sized ticks.
No medium-sized ticks. You don't see any ticks even on the animals themselves. So even any tiny ticks.
She'll make her way around and join them at the table.
Okay. So you guys all sit down. So it takes some time. All of your stomachs are rumbling by the time dinner is served. And everybody takes their seat at the table. She walks around, serves all of you. And it's looks to be pheasant. There's some bread, there's some butter, there's some kind of soup. And Jedidal just says, I should probably move my token so people can see. But go on, eat up. Don't let it get cold. Too many cold nights in Bleakmill. Too many. Warm your bellies, please.
Looks better
All right.
than blackfish.
So you guys eat up. Your bellies are full. Some conversations start to pick up. Everyone seems to be getting in a better mood. And then you start to hear something from the pins. You hear what sounds to be like a cow. Just mooing. Doesn't sound like a normal moo. It sounds like it's aggravated, possibly in pain. And Jedidal, he kind of, wipes his hands on his apron that he's still wearing, and he marches over to the pen. And he opens it up, and he steps inside, and you guys can't really see because you're still at the table. But you hear him kind of, rummaging about. You hear the hay moving around. You hear him consoling the animals, but he can't seem to quiet the cow. You just hear him. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Sure, girl. It's okay. It's okay. And then he spends some time in there. And he says, "Oh, B, Jenna! She's pregnant! And then Jenner, the young girl, runs over. She dashes away from the table, goes up to the pen, and she's kind of, laughing with glee. But the cow just seems to just endlessly, just ceaselessly, just making these painful sounds. And eventually the woman, too, goes over. She seems to be somewhat concerned. Are you guys doing anything while this is going on?
I'll get up and go see from whatever entrance they went into the pit from, or the pen from.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk over, you see them in there. There's definitely a big pregnant cow. And Jedidal's sort of... Let me actually move the... Let me just kill this stuff. You guys don't need this. There, you should be able to see in there now, I think. So yeah, I don't have any animals in there. But yeah, there's cows in there, pigs, sheep, like I said. And they're all sort of at the side of this big cow. Doing whatever they can. It seems to be just completely hopeless, though. And then CERN, the mother, seems to get agitated, worried. She starts trembling. And then, what's up?
Giving birth now.
Who are you addressing? Just anybody?
Yeah.
Jedidal turns and looks over his shoulder, and he's like, I don't know. Something's not right.
When did you breed it?
Breed it? We let her wander, it could have been any time. We just bring her in the evenings. She doesn't go far. But now with these ticks, I don't know that I'll be doing that much anymore. Sorry, were you saying something, Jess?
Free range.
Free range. Grass fed. Finished. Okay. So after a time, you see something writhing in this cow. This cow flops over onto its side, and it's just mooing with agony? I don't know what you call it. Yeah, shrieking like you've never heard a cow before. And its body starts to twist and deform. You hear bones break. The head snaps, but it still is screaming. And then the limbs just start to shift and twist around, and even other ones start popping out of its back. It's almost like The film The Thing, when they go to the dog cage. If you guys remember that. That's what you guys are seeing. But out of the top, this grotesque worm-like proboscis shape with a mouth full of razor teeth sprouts out of the top, and immediately everybody runs like hell. Jedidal, the girl, his wife, they bail and just start cowering in the corner as this mutated giant cow rises up, and all of the other animals as well start to just scatter. So it is absolute chaos right now, and I am going to have you guys roll for initiative.
So that's what happened. So it says at the top I hit the D6 to roll for players. It says not started yet. I wonder if that's why I didn't do it last time.
What happened now? You did what?
I hit the D6.
Yeah.
I hit the D6 for party initiative. Oh, Okay. All right.
Yeah, you did that, but
Enemies
now
begin.
like, so it says enemies begin. Okay, now it seems to be working. The cow's at the top.
All right.
So yeah, I'll show you guys this nasty. So just for you guys, you viewers out there, this is kind of a cool concept. So along with this game came what's called the Endless Demon deck, and I'll show you guys. It's basically like what's it called, Jess? When you have a, if anybody, oh man, my damn background thing. Oh, there it is.
The Exquisite Corpse.
Exquisite Corpse. So the way this mechanic worked is I randomly drew a the head of this thing. And so you assemble these things. So I didn't know what it was going to be until I randomly drew it. So yeah, there's just this mutated cow with this giant like worm appendage coming out of the top with a circular mouth of teeth. So that is what is coming forward at you while all these animals just tripping over each other, trying to get as far away from it. The other cow bursts forward, breaking down this pin completely. Like I said, complete chaos. And Nifel, you are the closest. And so what happens is this thing lunges forward. So I need you to roll me a defense check. The attack is D6. Just standard DR12 as this mouth comes, this full of sharp teeth comes right at you.
Now I do have the smell of decay.
Okay. So what does that give you?
So it means my breath is so stanky that I get a +2 bonus on defense tests.
Okay.
So that's the same as just having.
So basically, just add your
yeah.
just add. You can just add
okay.
your just add 2 to it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'll say the defend DR is only then 10 because it's 2 down, right? Because I get +2 on my defense rolls.
Correct. Yeah.
Same as adding. Okay. And then it's D6 incoming. All right.
Okay, so this head comes down. You can see that this thing is just bloated and slow. It's not very quick at all, but it's scurrying forward as just this slimy goo comes out from like a slug's trail as it moves forward. So up next is Gotvin. Oh, I need to begin the combat. Here we go. So Cal went,
I told you, demons!
and he rushes forward.
Get out of the way, brother.
And he lashes out with his dagger again. Oh, and he hits. Well, we'll see though. All right, yeah, he stabs forward, but right as he does, this mangled hoof comes up and he just stabs the hoof.
Ah! Curses!
And up next is going to be Nagel. So Nagel, what are you doing as this bloated, massive, mutated cow lurches forward? Hey, McGlintlock, how's it going, man?
Cowabunga. Nice.
Cowabunga.
Let's see. I can do another power.
Another power.
I can use the same scroll again, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it
Yeah,
again.
there's no limit. There's no like spell slots or anything like that.
Okay, I'm gonna try my Enochian syntax again.
Oh, that's the command?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Oh, you failed.
Inverted
So,
DR.
yeah, you have a fail. That means you cannot cast powers for 1d2 hours, I think. And you take... Let me double check. It's been a while.
Wait.
It's been a while,
I
folks.
can lower the DC with a I don't know what I'm saying. With an omen, right?
Yeah.
8. I
So
could
you're
do
gonna use
that,
an omen.
perhaps. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. So what are you going to do? You succeeded in your spell. You used an omen. You're now at 0.
Let's see. Is there anywhere for this thing to like go, or is it kind of like in this pen?
I mean, the confines of the mill. That's pretty much it. I mean, you could tell me what you want to do and we can see what happens, what it does.
Okay. Maybe I'm just going to say no.
No,
No.
Killy, please.
No attack us, please. I don't know.
So it's a single command, you can tell it, right?
Yeah. Don't ever attack anything again.
Don't ever
'Cause-
attack anything again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
Be
that
a good
work?
boy.
Yeah.
Be
good.
a good boy.
Be good boy, please.
Okay, so you say that. Oh, why did I have her in? I don't need her in combat. What did I do? There we go. Okay, so you command this. And now, did you want to move or anything, or is that it?
Yeah, I'll totally move back behind here. Well, like, I want to see enough to know if it's being a good boy, but I want to be out of dodge.
Yeah, this is all kind of happening quickly, so.
Yeah, I'll move over here.
Abe, you are up. What would you like to do? As Nagel says, don't attack anybody ever.
Does it seem
Please.
less aggressive?
I mean, it's just writhing in pain. It's not attacking anybody at the moment, but it doesn't seem to be rushing forward right now, but it's definitely just screaming and writhing and stamping all of its limbs.
Abe's gonna cautiously approach
Okay.
with his short sword and try to stab it through the head.
Okay. Why don't you roll me a now you want to try to do a called shot, or are you just trying to attack it?
Called shot, like through the brain, if I can.
Okay, so what I'll do in that case is I'll make the difficulty really high, because it's so I'm gonna give you, let's see, I'm gonna give you a DR. I'll give you a 16, and what I'll do is I'll probably just give you, I guess, double damage for that. I'll give you like a critical hit essentially.
I'm gonna bless it.
Okay. So it's only a DR, yeah, so you gotta hit a DR 16 and you'll do double damage on your roll. So why don't you roll me a bless? Okay, so you got an 18. 2, so you rolled a d4 and got 2, and then armor 2, so 0 damage, but you got double, so I'll say it's 2?
Works for me.
Okay, so yeah, you lunge forward and you just
Doesn't he get max damage
uh
from the last combat when he did the?
oh, I only made that last for a combat for the combat session. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta do it again.
So, okay, so exactly, do it again. Okay, so you cut into this thing. And you actually cut deep enough to where its head falls off and drops to the ground, but it is still writhing. And then another head pops out right from where that one came. Skinless Nifel, what would you like to do? Or do you want to move at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna backstep just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up first and foremost. And I'm gonna do what I did last time. I'm gonna pull out the shield, or I'm sorry, the behold the power.
Behold the power.
Oh, uses remaining. I need to remember to mark this off. Uses and omens are not the same. So I'm gonna cast behold the power. I'm gonna go ahead and I still have a bless, right? Yeah, I'll go ahead and bless it first.
Oh shit, I need to... Did you bless that ducky? You did, right? The last one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah? Okay, let me change it. And so you just used the bless, Nifel.
Damn, I'll do it again. All right, I'll lower. I'm all out of omens. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You're gonna use an omen? Okay.
Yeah,
While
I'll use
I'm
an omen to
here.
reduce the DR, and I'm all out of everything, but 2 people get max damage.
Oh, nice. Who's it gonna be?
I'm gonna do myself and Abe.
Okay. So I'm gonna give Abe the torch, and you the torch. And do you want to do anything else, or are you good? Wait. You tested presence and you got a 5, but then what did you do?
I had blessed it before, so it got to a 9, and I used an omen to reduce the DR.
Okay.
Basically the exact same thing I did last time.
All right. So
yeah.
Okay. So are you good, or do you need to? You want to do anything else?
No,
Just
I
move
moved
back.
away and I did that. So
Okay.
we have extra hits and.
So then next up is Harga.
Oh. This. Anyway. I'm gonna go up to it. Can I look at it and see what might be causing this? Or is it just
Causing
like,
what? The mutation?
yeah, or if it's spontaneous, if it was caused by something, if it has.
It's hard. You can't really tell. It literally looks just like sort of a twisted cow body with extra legs popping out. And like I said, Abe basically chopped the head off, but then another fleshless one popped out of the wound, and there's this massive, worm-like appendage at the top. But other than that, like, there's no hole in the ground or anything like that.
There's no
There's
big
really
blowy sign that says attack here.
no. There's no weak spot that you can see. There's no glowing gem on the back of its neck.
Okay. I will grab my short sword and try to attack it. Does it have
Okay.
armor?
It does. It's only a DR 10 to hit standard though, but its
Ooh.
armor is D4.
No.
Oh, miss. Okay, so you lash out. Did you want to bless or
No.
anything? I guess it doesn't
No.
matter.
No.
So yeah,
I'll
you
take a
you
piece of
swing
stuff.
forward, and it's just like I said, writhing, and you just missed your shot.
Yep.
So
Ugh.
this thing, it begins to lash out at Gotvin, but stops momentarily. So what I need you to do, Nagel, is I need you to roll me a presence check. Okay.
A 4.
So you failed, and this thing lashes out at Gotvin. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you roll that every time. So it'll see if you can essentially maintain that control, because this is a very, very powerful entity. So you get to retest every time. That's not an auto failure. So Goatvin actually leaps out of the way, but then it lashes out with its worm head right at Abe. So Abe, I need you to give me a defense check. And it's going to be D6, and it's standard DR12.
Not as bad as I thought.
Okay, so yeah, it bites down, but you only take 1 damage. What are you wearing?
Light armor.
Nice. Okay. All right, so then up next is going to be Goatvin. So he kind of, as this thing reaches down to smack him with his hoof, he kind of lunges under with his dagger. And he fails miserably. He kind of like falls down into the hay, slips on some, and he kind of scoots back up though. Nagel, you are up next. What do you want to do now?
So if I attack this thing, I can still like maintain concentration, right? I mean, I still have to like, roll for
it's
it.
not. So
Okay.
the reason why I did this is that it's sort of a, let's call it a greater being, I guess. And so you're gonna have to just every
Weird.
turn it tries to attack, you have to get a successful presence check to make it
Yeah.
not do so.
Okay. I think I'm going to attack it with my crossbow.
Okay. So it's just a DR10 to hit.
Okay, and its armor was what again?
D4.
Poop. I should have blessed it.
Okay, so you miss it, unfortunately. Your bolt just whizzes by its head and hits the back wall. Clatters to the ground. So up next is Abe. What would you like to do, Abe?
I'm gonna swing at it with my sword.
Go for it. So yeah, just a DR10 to standard hit. All right, and you make it.
But you do max
Take
damage.
0. Oh, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Max damage, which is 4.
Yeah.
Dang, he got a 5. Wait. Did I say it was D6? No, sorry, the armor is D4.
Oh, okay.
The hit was D6.
Oh,
So
okay. My
you
bad.
rolled 4. Let's just say it rolled a 3. So I'll take 1, because that's like 1 less, I guess. All right. So then up next is Nifel. What would you like to do, Nifel?
I am going to pull out a scroll, a different scroll, and this one will be. My scrolls aren't coming out. Let me re-pop out my character. Pop you out, boy. It's gonna be 9 violent signs unknot the storm,
Ah.
calling down the lightning. Now, before I roll this, if I'm doing max damage, does that mean I even need to roll the D2? Because max damage would be I get both bolts at max damage, right?
Correct.
Or is it just I roll?
Well,
Okay,
you
so
you
if
you need to roll how many bolts you get, but whatever that is, all same as max damage.
So I have no blesses, I have no omens, I have no nothing. But I just need a 10, right?
Correct. Well, you gotta a 12 for the successful spell.
Oh, that's
So if
right,
you're
'cause I'm not
attacking,
going
because this
against
thing's
him,
so
I'm just going
bloated and
against-
slow, it's
Yep.
easier to hit. But yeah.
Yep. All right.
Oh.
You son of a bitch.
Okay.
Can
so,
I use my omen to have him reroll?
Yeah, you can do that. You got 1 left. Do you want to
Alright.
use it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's
Here's my plan. Oh, you can't do that.
Oh no! Critical failure.
Ghost.
We know what that means, everybody. We must consult the arcane catastrophes.
Damn.
Yeah,
It hits anyway, just by sheer luck.
by sheer luck.
You're
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
It misses so bad it comes back around and hits.
Okay.
That's what it says, right? Yeah.
So, Nifel, I need you to roll me a D20, please.
Fuck me.
As you read, something is terribly, terribly wrong when you read this scroll and you feel just this darkness overcome you. Okay,
Fuck
so
all of these rolls.
a 4.
Well, that's a use of a power.
Oh,
and I
weird.
can't
Okay,
use-
so this is what happens. You also, before we forget, on a critical failure, you can't use powers for, what is it? Oh yeah, you lose D2 hit points, and you become dizzy for the next hour, so you cannot use powers for the next hour. But what happens is, as you cast this scroll or attempt to, the illusion of the celestial sphere is lifted, and you now see what dwells beyond, and it sees you. Gazing upon a clear night sky drives you mad with fear. So basically what I'm going to have you do is just, you completely are frightened out of your wits, and you just kind of join the family cowering in fear. So you just kind of flee back here. And I'll say that lasts for, roll me a D4. Three rounds.
That's when I'm gonna roll high. Yep. Good times.
Okay, so Harga, as you hear Nifel just push through, like George Costanza, all these people and cower in the corner, what would you like to do? Pushing through the women and the children.
Excellent. This. Super helpful. She goes up and she tries to slash him again.
Okay, so give me an attack. It's only a DR10 to hit. The armor is D4.
Ooh.
Negative D4. Oh.
No!
Again, you don't hit it though. Fortunately, its hide is too thick. Do you want to move or do anything else?
Yeah, I'll
You're gonna move back?
away again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as
We
this
shook.
happens, this massive cow lumbers toward you, Harga, and I need you to give me a defense roll. And it's going to be D6 damage if it makes contact.
And you're 12.
Yes, Samara-san, this thing is very evil. Yeah, DR12 for defense, yeah. It's just DR10 to hit. Okay, so you get out of the way of this bloated beast, kind of thrown back against this wall, but as its hoof lashes out at you. So next up is going to be Goatvin. So he, Nost! Die, beast! And he sees his opportunity, lunges forward at the back of this creature. And he hits. Let's see what happens, though. Could be no damage. No damage whatsoever. So he pierces a thick part of the hide. Ah! And he gets pissed off when there's no blood drawn whatsoever. Nagel, what would you like to do?
I'm going to try to crossbow it again, but I'm gonna bless it this time.
So where are you gonna move though? Because you're kind of right in the middle of that mill area where it's grinding the grain.
Oh, I'll like move there. Oh wait, I see.
You gotta be basically line of sight, yeah.
Okay. Oh. Ooh.
Oh, nice. So yeah, in the back of its head facing Harga, A bulge lodges itself at the base of its neck for 2 damage. And it moos loudly in pain. Next
I'll
up, do you want to move?
back.
You want to move back? Okay.
Yeah.
Abe, you're up next. What would you like to
Sweet.
do is Goatvin lashes out and a bolt flies by and nails this thing.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How does dual wielding work?
Dual wielding works, so in your offhand, it's going to be half the damage. It will increase the difficulty rating. So if your damage is D4, it's going to be +2 difficulty. So if standards, in this case, it's 10, it would be 12 in your offhand. So whatever your offhand is.
Okay.
So the heavier the weapon, so if your weapon's like a D10, it's now plus DR5. Or if it's a dagger, it's going to be a lot less, if that makes sense.
So I have that noose still.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit, that's right.
So
Remind me what it does, I forget.
It was it weakened whatever it was around.
Yeah, I think it had to do a there
Like a
was a
strength
check and it
check.
was like a parallel, yeah, or something. Okay. So
I'm
do you want to
gonna-
try to use that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that around one of the worms.
Okay. The big worm on top.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you lasso that? Give me a and that's just going to be your main attack, right? You're not going to do a two-handed thing?
No.
Okay. So just DR10. That's all you got to do. Okay, unfortunately, you try to lasso this cow. This is getting interesting. It's turning into a rodeo in here. And but you miss. Next, did you want to move away or anything?
Yeah, I'll back up a little bit.
Okay, so you back up. Nefel, unfortunately, is cowering in fear this round. Harga, what would you like to do?
These beds nearby, are they just like blankets on top of?
Yeah, they're like bedrolls. Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty much.
Would I be able to take one of the bedrolls and try and put it on the thing's head so it can't see us?
Yeah, you could try that, of course.
Okay.
So I would say that's going to be a. I'll say that's a standard attack roll,
Okay.
and then if you succeed, it's gonna
So
just
strength.
yeah. Why don't you give me an agility? I feel like
I
like
mean, they're both -1, so I mean.
yeah, that doesn't matter. So this will do no damage, but I'll just say this thing is
I'm gonna bless it with my cutie little bless that I have.
okay. I'll
Right, I
take
have
it
a
off.
bless. Yeah, I have one bless. Okay.
You got one left.
All right. We're gonna bless it for 4, and then agility. Nice. So 18.
Oh damn. Okay, yeah. You grab a bedroll right beside you and you toss it over this thing. Were you aiming at like the worm
To cover its
thing?
eyeballs.
So the worm doesn't have eyeballs. The cow heads do, or the cow head does. You want to cow? Okay.
Yeah.
So
over
you
the
throw that
face.
forward, and yeah, you make contact. It drapes over its eyes, and let's do a Basically, I'm gonna have to make on its turn. I'll make like a strength check to hurl it off. Shouldn't be too hard, but otherwise I'll give it a negative attack if it can attack.
Cool. And I scurry back.
You scurry away. Okay, this thing's flailing about with a big blanket on its head now. All right, it's up. Okay, can you roll me a presence check, Nagel?
Right. Well.
Okay, this thing kind of just is flinging its head around, but it doesn't do anything else. It's kind of like stepping back and forth and around like it doesn't know what to do. And Goatvin, he lashes out with his dagger again. And let's see if he can do anything. He's kind of picking away at this guy. Yeah, he does. Okay, so this. But alas, no damage.
Curse this blade!
Nagel, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing. Bless it with my last bless. What is that? Is that a 6?
6, and you're rolling. You're gonna bless that roll.
Yeah.
So if you get a 4, you hit.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make it an 8 because it's blinded. So
Ooh.
okay, so yes, you do hit this thing.
So I step over here.
Step around, launch a bolt, roll me some damage. I'll roll the armor. So I'll roll the D4. So this will be the armor for the creature, whatever it gets. So 1. So now go ahead and roll your damage, and we'll subtract the 1 from it.
Okay, I think it was just 1d8. I think.
Dang, a bolt's D8. Yeah, that's right.
7.
Damn. Okay. So 6. So actually, what happens is this bolt. Actually, you can tell me what happens as this thing is completely destroyed. Where do you hit it? What happens?
I
Be
hit
as
it
gory
right
as
in
you
the,
want.
and hit it right in the pillowcase.
Right in the pillowcase. So you want to kind
And
of
it
just keep
will-
the gore away from everybody. You want it to die underneath.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to traumatize everybody, but the pillowcase does just splat with blood, and blood just kind of like oozes out. Now it's a red pillowcase.
Okay. All right. So this beast is dead. So as you guys hear the wailing, the last breath of this mutated cow, it collapses to the ground with a bolt, pinning a blanket on its head. Nifel, you kind of come to your senses. Your fear is gone. The rest of the family stand up. They're still definitely shaken. Peeking around this corner, seeing what has become of that. And Goatvin is just stabbing the corpse. Demon! 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 Over and over and over again, spattering his cloak with blood. You see it shooting over his shoulders until he just kind of runs out of breath, and he's just sitting there breathing. So you guys are kind of standing around, catching your breath as well. This family is cowering still. They're still unsure of what they want to do. The women are crying. What would you guys like to do?
Young one. You.
You're talking to the young lady?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What were you doing outside before you encountered?
I was finding my sheep. They ran away, and I had to catch them. But the gods didn't want me to go out because they saw this thing.
And you saw nothing else?
Nothing, I swear.
Go over and just kind of look at the demon thing.
Okay, you go look at that. What about Nagel? What are you up to as this happens?
I'm gonna go over to the father
Mm-hmm.
and ask him. You said this village has had a bad year.
Yes, and it's getting worse, clearly.
Has anything like this happened?
No, nothing like this. And then he just turns away from you and starts to console his wife, who's lost it. She has her hands over her eyes, can't look at what's going on. And then soon the young girl steps around you to her mother and joins her father.
It's okay. We'll get you new blankets.
They don't seem to respond. Is anybody else doing anything while this is going on?
Are any of the other animals showing like weird behavior?
Other than fear, no. They're kind of, now that this beast has fallen and there's no more movement, everything is just deathly silent except for the crackle of the fire. They're starting to slowly calm down. But you take a look at all of them. Yeah, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. None of them seem pregnant. None of them seem to be about ready to transform into something else. But as this is going on, Goatvin is just hacking away at this thing. He's relentless. Every time he catches his breath, he just keeps taking another gouge at this thing. And what happens is he reaches up with both hands on this dagger, brings it down, and as he does it, right before he makes contact, the corpse of this cow just completely splits down the middle, and out comes this small humanoid creature, like somersaulting out, completely coated with gore. And it's Beatum.
That's where he went.
It's a crossover, everybody. Surprise. Andy's back. Kinda.
Oh no.
He was in a mutant cow the whole time. You thought he was in a bag of holding. So Goatvin, like, he's knocked over by this thing. He's knocked onto his back. This thing rolls on top of him. And it's kind of curled in a fetal position, and you see these wings that are stuck to its back, and its head is sort of down between its arms, and it's covering its head. It's got an oversized head, and as you get closer, you can see that it's very childlike, almost. The proportions, a large child though, but almost like toddler-esque, let's say. And you can see that it's breathing.
I'm going to draw an arrow.
Okay, so you draw an arrow.
And I'm going to aim it. I hate toddlers. I'm not going to do anything unless it moves or attacks it.
Okay.
Am I still cowering over here?
No, you're back. You've come back to your senses. You're free to do whatever you want to do. And Goatvin's just he's thrashing about, trying to get away from it. Futilely trying to wipe the blood that's all over him. He seems to be pretty taken aback. His dagger has been hurled into the hay over here. Yeah! And he's just moaning and then slowly this thing lifts its head. And you see the wings rise off its back. It kind of sticks to the skin there for a moment, and then the wings flex. We got a bless.
We got 3 blesses.
Oh, man. Thank you. So, report to me. What do we got, guys? Got a bless for...
everybody gets one. Everybody gets one from L.
Yay!
Thank you.
We all have one now. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 1. You had... I must have not taken yours off.
Yeah, I used to during combat.
Okay. So, we all have 1 now? All right, cool. It will be updated right now. Thank you so much. All right, we should be back. So this thing, as I said, it kind of rolls on. It gets up on all fours. The wings are flexing. And as it looks up, I guess all of you would see this. This is the face. This is essentially what you see. So as it looks up, you see that it has this skull-like face. The tubby tubby body of a toddler cross with a middle-aged man, and it has wings on its back, and it opens its mouth and it says demons, and then Goatvin, he perks up at that.
Demon! Yes, I told you.
And then this creature starts crawling toward Goatvin as it says this, as he responds.
They're here. I followed them so far through the gate, but they are here now to bring destruction. Help me.
And Goatvin, It's like Christmas for Govan right now. He's hearing everything he wants to hear. The prophecy is coming true in his eyes.
Oh yes, I will help you. By the name of Nost.
And he kind of starts almost bowing down to this strange cherub-like creature. And while this goes on, you hear boom, boom at the door, which is right over here. Let me close this window. So yeah, you hear this booming at the mill door.
Jed, we demand you bring them out here now.
And then you hear shouting right after a man yells that. And Jedidal runs over to the door, puts his ear to it, to another resounding boom, and his head's knocked aside. And again, you hear more shouts outside.
Bring us the outsiders, or we'll break our way in. We'll kill you all. We cannot.
Jedidal runs over. And he says, quickly, you must hurry. And he runs over to the corner near this pen, and he opens up a hatch in the ground that was covered by some hay.
Hurry! It's an old smuggler's tunnel. It'll get you to the river.
And again, you hear more of this shouting on the outside.
Right. So, another tunnel. Cool. Great.
How wide is it? A Harga's width, or is it like a...
Harga can fit. Let's just say I'm not going to make her roll any dice to see if she can or cannot fit.
It fit crates worth of smugglery stuff.
A crate's worth of smuggler stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely a harbor.
I don't know if this little bastard is friend or foe, because it popped out of the thing that was attacking us, right?
Yeah, it's just this cherub-like thing, and it's talking about demons and talking about how it's followed them through a gate and all this shit.
And
It
how
hasn't-
tall is it? Like pixie sized or baby
No, I'd say it's
sized,
like
or is
I'd
it-
say it's like baby size. Yeah, it's like a toddler. It's like a little cherub kid, but with a
All
skull
right, well,
head.
I'm gonna snatch the sucker up, like by the neck.
Oh, you're gonna try to
um,
pick him up?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna ask it,
Friend or foe, what are you?
Friend.
Then let's fucking go.
and I stick it under my arm like a football, and I just start beelining for the tunnel.
All right, so you guys make it toward the tunnel. You hear the lid of the hatch just slam down right when you hear doors burst open, which you think are the mill. You're shouting and crying as you guys crawl into the darkness. And you crawl for some time. You're completely exhausted. You wake up. I mean, not you wake up. You make it outside. It's now well after dark. You guys are covered in filth. You kind of roll out onto the dirt and just laying there ready to catch your breath. Gotvin pops out as well. He followed you. And you guys are pretty damn exhausted. I would say you probably need to rest at this time. Call it a night.
Can we find anywhere that's a little bit hidden from wherever that comes
Yeah,
out?
it's dark out here. You're by the riverbank. There's a lot of overgrowth. So, yeah, you can definitely work your way down if you'd like to. A little bit into the brush away from the smuggler's tunnel. So, yeah, I'll just say you guys find something.
I just pass out.
Okay, you pass out. What about the rest of you? What are you guys doing?
After what happened last time, Abe's gonna take watch.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, what about Nefel and Nagel? You guys are both taking watch too, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
At
there's
separate
no,
times, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah,
can
wide
do it.
open, just opening to the outside and anywhere for me to not be at. So.
Okay. So all of you fall asleep. I mean, you take your watches and everything like that. And you all dream. You all have the same exact dream. And what you see is the world. It's black and it's eclipsing fire. And you seem to rise higher and higher and higher. And you notice that the earth is almost shedding itself as if sand in an hourglass. It's just kind of eating away and eating away. And you see these dark figures come toward you. Demonic, let's say. They lash at you. You lash back at them in their dreams. They tumble to the earth, all landing in 3 different areas. And the areas you all see are Harga. You see a ruined fort atop a hill where one of the demons fell in an arc of fire. And Nifel, you see a massive stone tower in the shape of a hand. And then Ducky and Nagel see a walled village where 3 roads meet. And all of these are burning with fire where the demons have fallen. And you wake up, it's morning, and you look around and you find that strange cherub-like creature appears to be dead. It has dried blood coming out of its eyes and its mouth. And its skin is very tight against it's not as fleshy anymore. And you overlook a dark river as the fog gathers around, and you share these visions with each other. And that is where we're going to end tonight. Part 1, Masticator Gate. Thanks everybody so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week and see where the rest of the tale takes these 4 players. So again, I'd like to thank Heimat der Katastrophe for allowing us to use the music you're hearing right now, and of course GNOLL for composing it. It's been awesome for the atmosphere, and I feel like more games need to have soundtracks. I hope that becomes a trend. And obviously the amazing McGlintlock, if he is still here, I don't know if he is, but he created the system for Foundry. So huge thanks to that guy. He's been just making updates like mad on this thing, constantly doing it. I hear there's a Grim Dawn not Grim Dawn, a Vast Grim version he might be working on because it's so close to Mörk. So that is who we have to thank, and of course you guys in the chat, thanks so much for all the donations. Yeah, we know this group of characters need some blesses and some omens. They're kind of running low. So why don't you guys roll for those right now? So it's a new day. You guys are all at 0. So why don't we all roll for our omens so we don't forget it for next time? So Abe got 1.
Did mine not go through?
Nagel's rolling. Oh, you rolled for Get Better.
Oh, oops.
That's not
What?
Get Better. One of these days you'll know how to use Foundry, I'm sure.
Wow. You're so mean to me. I don't think I was injured at all. So maybe should I be at max hit point? Do we start at max hit points?
You guys never, yeah, well, yeah. I started you guys all at max hit points.
Okay, yeah.
So make sure you remove all of that stuff you gained if it auto updated the character sheet. Because you rolled, you gained 1 agility, 1 presence, 1 toughness.
Oops. Okay.
Don't forget to roll for
The 18
powers.
silver. Yeah. Roll for your powers as well. So, Nifel, you got 2.
What do you do for powers?
Harga got 2. You have to roll per power. However many that shows how many powers you can use per day.
So D4.
I don't know. It should tell you on your class. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just make note of that. That's how many times you can use a scroll. So Janelle, you got 1. Oh, you're maxed out. Okay. Wait, how did I max you out? Did you get 2 or 1? You got 1, right? Oh no, that's your doses.
Or
I was
what?
looking at the wrong thing. You
Yeah,
got
no,
2.
those are doses.
Duck, you got, okay, I think I got everybody. All right. All right, yeah, everybody. So that's it. We will see you next Thursday for the continuation of the Masticator Gate. Too bad they didn't get to talk more to little creepy cherub guy. But I guess we'll look for somebody to raid now.
Yeah, I've got the raid lined up, and also make sure Mörk back. DK is here every Wednesday. Hopefully, no more misses. But also on Saturday at 7:30 in the morning Pacific time, California time, we are doing the first episode of the Weekly Scroll, which will be a podcast style show where I will ramble. And this week we're gonna have Jason on. And talk about Mörk, talk about it from like a player perspective, a DM perspective, just the game in general, and probably OSRs and what's wrong with WotC and everything else. He will be on around 8:30, so check us out 7:30 Pacific time, which I believe is 10:30 Eastern time for the first episode of that. So it should be a good time.
Skull's got to work. No worries, man. We'll have it on the.
We got the VOD and
we
YouTube.
got the VOD. We got the VOD.
We
All right,
gotta
so
fix the YouTube now that we get a URL.
Let's see what else we got going on. We got just Casca Lands coming the end of November. We're talking about doing 10 candles for Halloween. And then I guess after Mörk, it'll be a Call of Cthulhu. I guess we'll have to see where those coincide. If Halloween comes first or Mörk ends first, I don't know. We'll just have to see
what happens. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, stick around for the raid. Thanks again, everybody. And check out our credits. And we will be... well, we'll see you in the raid. All right, thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.